One meeting in Amman when we had like
لما بنحكي عن موضوع العودة، إذا عم نحكي بالناحية التقنية، بتصور أحد أهم التوصيات إنه هذول الأشخاص اللي تم تهجيرهم يرجعوا على مناطقهم الأصلية. يعني إذا أنت نازح من المنطقة الفلانية بشكل بديهي لما بدك تعود ترجع لسوريا، سواء كنت نازح داخليا أو لاجئ، لازم يعني هذه العودة تكون إلى المناطق الأصلية لأي سوري كان، لحتى نمنع كمان أي عمليات تغيير ديموغرافية تحت حجة العودة. وللأسف
Why return is not safe yet.
We need to continue pushing for improved conditions in Lebanon and in the neighboring countries. There are people who are still living in the neighboring countries. The war, it's not over yet. The people are still living in dire conditions. So this is something we need to continue remembering. We need to hold stakeholders accountable. We need to hold the EU accountable to its position that there should be no reconstruction, whether you want to call it reconstruction, early recovery, or new things like humanitarian infrastructure, or all these nice and sexy words that we come up with to justify our actions. We need to be accountable to our ethical position that unless the war is over and there's a political solution, we may be contributing into an unsustainable peace in Syria. And that it's also, when we talk about return, we are talking about that.
Today, Dr.
What we're looking at here is a drawing by a young Syrian girl. This drawing was done by a young Syrian girl, and it depicts her experience of life and conflict. It only reminds us of the 4 million refugee children who have grown up knowing nothing but war in Syria. We're here attending the 3rd Syria Brussels conference, which coincides with the 8th anniversary of the Syrian conflict. We're entering the 9th year, and we have major asks of the international community to invest in the recovery of children who have suffered in this conflict, and to also make the pledges for long-term funding at least equitable to what was pledged last year, to support countries like Jordan, like Lebanon and Turkey, who are receiving and who are hosting large numbers, millions actually, of Syrian refugees and children, and to invest in humanitarian assistance and humanitarian work in Syria across the whole country to ensure that there is safe access to quality education and the much needed mental and psychosocial support for children.
She's now the head of the population fund for Jordan.
The situation of children, the situation of Syrian children, remains incredibly dire. 2018, the 8th year of the war, has been the most brutal one in terms of killing of children. Every single day in 2018, at least 3 children got killed in this war. And these are the figures that we as UN, we as UNICEF have been able to verify. We should estimate that the real number is even much higher.